co-commentators will be Jamie Schneider and Tom Hammond, two ex-coaches of the University of Regina Cougars. So we've got a matchup, two teams that are in the lower part of the standings at the end of the week that are in the college rankings. So we have got Assiniboia and Mohawk. Assiniboia is a Manitoba college, and the Mohawk, I'm not actually totally sure. Didn't look up that.
Mohawk is from Dundas Valley, which is just outside of Hamilton.
Okay.
Well, or part of Hamilton, I should say.
So Ontario versus Manitoba in the college ranks. We don't know a lot about these kids, but we will kind of try and commentate to what they're trying to strategize and what they're trying to do. So the first rock was thrown center guard by the Mohawks. And looking like they're going to try and draw around and get into the house in behind the guard. Tom's had a busy week. Tom Hammond is one of the ice technicians here in Regina. And he's been a promoter of this championship. And when it was asked of the Kelly and the University of Regina to host, he's taken on a fairly big role and been part of the committee and part of, I would say, most aspects of what was going on around the rinks, which was the majority of what the championship is about. It's been a quick week, a good week. There's been a lot of things that went well, Tom?
There has been. What day are we in?
Yeah, it's Friday night, Tom.
Yeah,
normally
okay.
You're sipping on a whiskey or something at this time of night, but you're trying to keep your eyes awake and be ready and organized for the playoffs tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's been a good week. Very pleased with how things have gone. Most of the teams have been very complimentary of what the committee has tried to do for them this week. Should point out that all our committee, or the vast majority of it, it's all ex-Cougars that went through the U of R program, have been to numerous nationals themselves, and so brought their ideas, what they liked, disliked about previous ones, and so have tried to incorporate that into what's turning out to be a successful week.
Yeah, and over the years, Tom and I have had a chance to go to a number of these. We've been from coast to coast, to be honest with you. We've been out to Victoria at Westerns. We've been, in New Brunswick twice, I think. Ottawa once. Leduc. Oh, man, we've been all over the country following these kids and helping out. It's been a real joy.
It's a terrific age group. There's more maturity. Some of them have been at this quite a while, and so they're more serious about their game. And you can still leave them to their own devices as far as studying after hours and whatnot. So,
yeah, and we have seen this championship grow and grow and grow, and the level of play has continued to grow and continued to impress me, to be honest with you. The first couple times we've seen the college, there wasn't really a four-man team. There was two or three players that have played before and some that haven't, and now across the board they're all playing a lot more. Colleges are attracting kids that have a curling background and very heavily in the university side of the game. We now see after 7 or 8 years of coaching, a lot of the kids that we coached against and that are ending up in the Scotties and the Briar, and it's it's been interesting and enlightening, to be honest. So we've got yellow right now is lying 2 and throwing. Red has the hammer, and they've had a couple little wicks and ticks to red, but yellow is now throwing to try and lie 3, and we'll see what red can do here.
Well, and Mohawk draws in there to lay 3.
I think they're trying to get a little bit around the guard. Maybe we're a little wide and had good T-line weight. So now Red's got a little bit of a target that they can throw at here. So, and here comes the Red. They're throwing hit weight, trying to remove them both. Yeah, a nose hit.
It has been, the ice has been quick this week, quicker than normal club conditions. Colder, the ice has been colder, the air temperature has been colder. Part of that's been designed around trying to keep the pebble and the sliding surface as best we can. It's also led to a little bit of straightness, and you see some teams getting caught on just pitching the rock back a little bit, or they've thrown too much weight. Tends to be typical Cali that rewards a really good throw and seems to penalize not so good throws.
Weight control in the game we did this afternoon was absolutely essential. And the girls, there was a few ends they struggled with it, but later on in the game they caught on very well. We've been timing and getting speeds hog to hog around that, 14.8. If you were 14.8, you were close, but usually back 4, you needed to be that 15.2 and sweep them. We're dandy. Oh, looks like this one has picked something.
I wonder about that.
It's a very soft handle, and maybe it just hit some new fresh pebble or something. So they're going to be trying to throw a rock kind of into the center part of the rings to protect the 2 shot rocks that are in the forfeit. And here it comes. Out turn towards the center line, trying to get just outside of the house, probably rock width away from the center line. I think this one's carrying pretty good. Going to be into the 8-foot for sure, Tom.
But beautiful line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we found this side. If you predicted where they slow down and the break point was, you could easily sweep them to back forfeit without trying too hard.
Right. Watching this week, I've seen a few rocks were coming over the hog line. I thought, they're trying to tap one at, say, biting the 12-foot and coming over the hog line. You're thinking, well, that isn't going to make it. And yet they come down, tap it into the 4-foot, no problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Cali had striking bands and new surfaced bottoms, and the striking bands are certainly creating, that little bit more consistent jump when you hit a rock. If you're bumping it a couple feet, it's pretty easy to do that today now.
Yep, no question. Our the old striking bands before they were reconditioned were pretty wide and pretty flat.
Yeah.
Like smacking your hand on the tabletop.
Yeah. Now that they're reconditioned, it just makes the houses and the hits and rolls quite a bit more lively. Well, we've got yellow is really kind of piling them in there, so red had rolled and left themselves in the pathway of those rocks in the center of the house.
Now here's a case of where just kind of threw it a little inside out with some extra weight, and that just hung down the right-hand side of the sheet.
Yeah, never really had a chance to hit its breaking point, just based on the release.
And that has been very subtle for a lot of teams to try and hit this week.
Yeah. So it's looking like they're going to the other turn, and they're going to try and bring their red in towards the center of the house. I'm guessing they're going to try and hope to get between the two yellow rocks on either side of the center line.
Seems like a lot of ice for
Yeah.
that small port.
Ooh, she's going to hit this corner guard in the nose and progress it into the house.
So we're down to Mohawk's Skip's final rock. Assume she'll be trying to throw yet another guard on top and make life really difficult.
Okay, yeah, she's laying a fair amount. And she's going to try and throw this one and clog this direction up a little bit. And they're sweeping it hard to try and get it by the guard.
I would say that's a job well done.
Yeah. And they've got them in a bit of trouble here. Need to get something into the 8-foot to outcount a number of them.
Mm-hmm.
And here it comes. See if she can get something lined up and get frozen to that yellow. She's kind of slid a little on the wide side, and it's been a struggle this first end for red, and it looks like they're short of their target point, and they're gonna give up.
Looks like a steal of 7. Wow.
Okay, that starts it off on the right foot for the Assiniboia. Or sorry, the Mohawk.
Mohawk,
Yeah,
yeah.
Mohawk. Beginning shot looked like they called to come into the rings. Weight's looking pretty close here, coming towards the center line. Should stop into the 4-foot, maybe just behind the button. We're going to slide back 8, back 12.
That is quick.
I'm going to get a couple times along the way here to see what they're running. Hog to hog. They're trying to throw a draw here and get it into the house.
Good weight, just kind of over curled a little bit. So in talking with Coach Indy Jackson about this Mohawk team, they are very fortunate that their school is very supportive of the sports that goes on at their college. And this team is fully funded, which, as you know, Jamie, isn't necessarily the case with every college or university.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone looks at it. It's an independent situation. I know we've worked on that over the years to figure ways out that we could do things and make it easy on the kids and yet get them out to play and cover the travel costs and that. And Allison Fisher, who works with us, has worked really hard to keep that under the reins and be able to, and this is, I guess, hosting nationals, a part of the fundraiser for the university, to be able to have some of the funds set aside that they make here to be able to use for future years of promoting the sport in the university. And I know the kids are very appreciative of keeping the costs down and being able to yet to have a place to come and play and compete. Good weight, two in a row. Looks like they're going to try and throw a hit weight at this. Try and get the red that's the farthest on the left side of the center line hit first. Run it into the other red one and maybe remove both of them. Looking pretty close here, Tom.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Might hang on for a biter at the back, but better situation than it was.
Mm-hmm.
So I know in talking with both coaches before the game, while they're both benefiting from being fully funded, being the colleges, you know, in the case of Assiniboine, they go strictly on 2-year programs.
Okay.
So there tends to be a constant churn of curlers coming through the program. Not quite as long as if you're going to a university where it could be a 4 or 5 year program that you're trying to get your degree. So certainly a little more challenging for these schools.
Yeah, keeping the players that they're trying to train in the program.
Correct.
Looking like she's calling for the hit again. So Yellow's going to throw the out-turn hit at the rock that was just drawn into the house. Looking like a pretty good throw. Oh, what the heck is that?
That was starting to curl hard and slither over hard, like at the halfway point.
Seemed like it was a bit of a slow handle, but it hit something to. Okay, that allows red to have two in the house and one yellow one in the back, and they're trying to draw another one in. Just back 8 foot.
But they're even. No chance for a double.
Same attempt at the hit, throwing the out turn down the center line, trying to hit the red one and remove it out of the play.
That certainly looked like a straighter throw with some thrown with some authority. Gonna hit and roll over towards that. Very good.
Nice shot, yeah. Remove the back one. That was somewhat protecting the red one, the back yellow, and the red that was ahead of it, and rolled over and ran into the reds. Now the yellow shot rock and ahead of the yellows, or ahead of the reds, sorry. Yellow shot rock one. They're going to be trying to come down and remove this one and stay in the house and try to lie 3. Coming down, they better get
Yep, starting to come
sweeping
up.
it. It's starting to move.
Almost looks,
I was
Jamie,
hoping
like
she'd hit it on
maybe
like
from the halfway point, just in front of the hog line even. There seems to be a little more curl coming off the boards there than there was earlier in the week.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're back in that same position. She's throwing this one down in the same spot. Trying to make a nose hit on this to lie 1 and be first and third. Looking like she's going to roll this way into the yellow possibly again to be shot rock.
And
She's got a little bit of a gear effect and went underneath, and red is still lying 1. Yellows are second and third. Okay, the call is to draw to the wide side of the house and separate the reds to be lying 2 across the house from one another. Looking not too bad. They're talking heavy, but it's coming down and curling. Still continuing to carry, Tom.
hang on for a bite. So Coach Skip Madison Babcock is going to attempt to hit this one out, lay a couple, and put the force on here.
She throws from the left hack. So she's going to be throwing her out turn towards the red shot rock. Talked like a board weight shot was the call. They're called for sweep. Trying to hit this a little on the inside so they can kick it out of the house because it's got the yellow one beside it.
Good shot.
Great shot. Well managed, well swept.
Well read.
Well
right?
read, yeah.
There's been more than a few teams this week have had trouble reading the ice and believing what they're seeing.
The teams that I've watched on the sheet that had a chance to get around the corner guards, once they figured where to put the broom and get the weight right, they had a lot of success getting around the corners. The corner from the center to the corners is gradual but consistent all the way down the sheet. Okay, she's throwing a hit weight at these yellows. Trying to get to the face of the top one and remove them both, but they're sweeping hard to try and get it to move, and a little wide and hit the back one and rolled out. So it looks like she's put the broom down to draw across the center line and into the other side of the forefoot. I don't know if their mics are working.
Yeah, I'm on Jason.
Outside is just a little bit less ice if you're gonna throw that hard. Yeah. On that one, yeah.
Keeping it clean, coming across the hog line. I think her weight's going to be just fine.
Potential double to lie 2.
Right. Wouldn't have
Yes.
taken much more sweep to get
No.
that back even and
Yeah.
eliminate the double.
Yeah. Looks like she's not really looking at that, just trying to make a nose hit on this and score her single. Coming down, she got a little inside, and
Yes.
it's looking like its weight was under throwing, and she's went between the two of them.
That'll be a steal of 2 for Mohawk. Okay, this is the beginning of the third end. Mohawk starting things off after that steal of 2 in the second. We can tell you that on the college women's side, that Red Deer, Sate, and Pac West are all 5-1, and Concordia College is 4-2. So there are a couple of important games across the rest of the sheets. So Concordia is currently up 2-0 on Sate. So a big game for Concordia to try and draw Sate back to them. Pardon me, the Sate women are up Currently 1-0 on Pac West. My apologies, I was looking at one of the men's sheets.
Okay, so red drew one to the front of the house, and yellow is now trying to throw a hit down there and remove it. It's looking like she's gotten a little tight, and it's going to over curl, and she's going to miss the target.
Some of these results we're seeing are just reflective of the release.
Mm-hmm.
Point them in a bit, and they will go. And a little inside out, and they're going to run.
Up.
Okay, they're trying to draw again. It's coming down. They're trying to get around the center, one on the center line, which is inside the house. She seems to have her draw weight down pretty good. One top house, one back house. Okay. Gonna throw the in turn, middle of the 8 foot approximately, and try and draw around that red one at the top of the 12 foot. They swept it early, and now it looks like it's running, and they're not getting the exact curl. There it goes. It's starting to move hard now. They're sweeping it to back of the 4 foot.
Pretty good weight, actually.
Yeah. Maybe a little wide with the broom, but it looks like they're going to try and red is going to throw a takeout and remove the yellow. Looking pretty accurate here.
Good throw. It hits and rolls to the outside edge of the 4 foot.
Looks to me like red is lying 3. Yellow is throwing to hit the red and a shot rock in the corner of the 4 foot. If they're accurate, they can maybe roll under to the center line. They're sweeping it hard. Looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, and they've made
Very
it
nice.
dandy. Hit and roll to the back 4 foot, completely under the 2 front rocks that are both biting the 12 foot.
A little more controlled hit weight than
Yeah.
what she's been doing earlier in the game.
Yeah, they're trying to draw down around into the 4 foot and get closer to the button, and the yellow is sitting. This is looking like it's
pretty
coming
good
in
line.
Very good, yeah. Well, looks like they're trying to play a little bit of a protection rock. They're throwing it in front of the red that was short, a little bit short to be shot rock. The weight call is that we're maybe a little warm. They're just cleaning it in. I like we might be running into that red a little bit. They were a little heavy. Back 8-foot weight. Tick the red. A little bit under the guard, but yellow is still shot rock, it looks to me like.
Yes.
Okay, they're calling for a hit and a roll on the yellow into the 4-foot area, back button. This is the third's first rock. Got this one a little inside. Yep. They're going to run into some of the reds.
Takes off the corner or the center guard. Rolls over for a bite on the edge of the 12-foot.
Okay, well, she's looking like she's choosing to hit the red one between the two yellow ones. Remove it from play and try and stay right there. Has to hit this one fairly close to the nose. 7/8 either way will be good. Threw this one with a little bit of steam. Oh, she's made a good one. Hit, but rolled right out of the house.
Maybe just a little firm for what they were looking for hitting in the house.
Okay, this has been asked for. I think it's a soft weight shot to get in around and bump the yellow one in the house out. Looking coming down the center line. Over curled slightly.
Rolls out. And that'll give Mohawk an opportunity to perhaps guard shot rock, draw something down in front, provide some interference. My understanding is this Mohawk program has been to nationals 3 times, including last year in Lethbridge.
Okay.
And I believe the Mohawk men last year won the national title.
Oh, okay. Okay, so they're just trying to throw the left-handed thrower, throwing the in turn towards the center line. Trying to get this one somewhat in front of the line of the yellow that's in the back 4-foot shot rock. Weight looks close. They're sweeping it for some curl. Looks like it's starting to come up. Definitely not light.
With the quick ice this week, Jamie, more than a few teams are getting caught on. They're busy trying to curl it, and the rock's already warm to begin with.
Yeah. All the moratorium stuff I read about the sweeping and that was certainly the best aspect that you can do to the rock is sweep it for straight, keep the speed up, and keep its line going straighter. There's a little bit of unknowns out with the whole curl thing, whether and how and what's best to affect it to slow it down and make it carve a little farther. Because certainly physics says as it starts to curl more, it will slow down. But physics also says if you can keep the speed up, you can keep it straight,
Right.
which is the natural way in which we believed for a long time that we were doing it to sweep them hard, to keep them straight and keep them from curling too much.
Well, and even today, right, the rock still needs to reach its apex. Tough for people to start carving rocks before they reach their apex.
Yeah.
And certainly proves most effective once the rock starts to slow
Right.
down, as you say, going around
Right.
a corner guard, for
If
instance.
the communication is that it's starting to break and you know that is telling you it's starting to slow down, that's when you then can most affect it from that point to its stopping point.
This rock is looking pretty good.
He's working it hard, trying to get it into the 8-foot and be in front of the yellow. Okay.
Needed to curl another half a rock, but overall pretty good.
Indication from the opposition skip here is that they're going to try and make the draw to the yellow to get their one. Taking middle of the 8-foot. So here comes the last shot of the end, trying to draw into the 4-foot. They're cleaning her up. Looking pretty close and pretty nice. All based on the speed now.
Starting to die and starting to curl.
Looking very good, like it's going to be a very nice shot.
Well done.
Mhm.
And Assiniboians on the board.
Okay, well, we've got a 9-1 score. Assiniboines is drawn to the 4-foot to get their one. And they get to start to send off. Try and call for a center guard. See if they can get that lined up onto the no-tick center line. We've had a number of discussions, Tom, this week with different announcers. And I said, if we're going to give a line out there from the center for a no-tick zone, why aren't we putting a line in the corner guards when you can draw to that would be a no-tick corner guard?
Oh, wow. Well, from an ice maker's point of view, I'd have to ex-nay that idea.
But we were seeing at the Olympics, when guys were getting ahead and they're throwing corner guards, they're trying to tick them just slightly over to the boards and roll their shot rock into the house, you know?
Right.
And so you're giving advantage to the team that wants to throw the center guard and stay in a no-tick zone, but no advantage to the guys throwing the corner guards. I think that's unfair, Tom.
Isn't it funny, though, when you know, what we witnessed over the last few years, people throwing up the corner guards, and then inevitably nobody goes around the corner guards, right?
It's a wasted shot, and I know it's kind of an audible to say, well, I'm going to throw it over here, and then they go and use the other guy's guard anyways. I understand the strategy, but I also think if you're going to throw it there, put it in a position where it can be usable. And there are a lot of cases that if things get in trouble, they try to shoot that corner guard that's their own into the rocks, into the pile, into trying to remove something to be successful. So sometimes it gets used in a different way than the first intention.
Correct. Now, a lot of times that tends to be as a result of good lead play where they've sunk both their rocks top 4 foot around the center guard. And now you as
forced.
the opposition, you're
Yeah.
forced to spend some rocks to try and
Yeah.
get shot rock.
Yeah, so there's a lot of theories out there, but it seems like at the top events they're trying different things to come up with practices and formulations to try and continue to have rocks in play, because the playing surfaces are getting so good that these guys that can throw these 6-second peels can move a lot of rocks in a short period of time out of the playing area.
No question. What were your thoughts on the experiment on the slams as far as losing hammer if you blanked an end?
Yeah, I think they had, you could have one blank, and then after that, if you blanked again, you lost hammer. I didn't watch a lot of it. I didn't see what strategized against it. But definitely, if you can get someone to blank early, then you can switch it around and play simple and eliminate all his rocks. So it just switches out who's hitting what. I don't think it changes a lot. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest with you. If we want rocks in play and we're going to continue to go down this road, I don't think we can go more than 5 rock rule in my mind. I think we start placing stones. I've been saying this for years. If we're going to put them out there by the leads, and that's all the shots they're going to throw, why don't we just place 2 or 3 there? Give two rocks to place by the team throwing first, and give a rock, and they can put 2 guards up, and second throwing rock, they can have a guard in the corner zone or whatever. But then they're there, and now you play, and you can go back to a 3 or 4 rock rule, and now the leads and seconds can bump rocks in the house, and there's more rocks in play on the
Right.
sheet. I don't know.
This sounds like you're a rock salesman. You want an extra pair of rocks.
That's right, on the sheet.
It's not going to be 8 rocks per sheet. It's going to be 10.
Yeah. Or 11.
Yeah.
2 for the first throwers and 1 for the team that has hammer.
So a couple of nice rocks here. One in the 4 foot, one in the top of the 8 foot, and Mohawk is drawing on top of these. Very nice.
Yeah. Very well managed. Yeah, we've seen the progression of rule changes over the years. We've coached with it. We've had to strategize amongst the changes as they're coming at us, with sometimes teams that we had for a couple of years, or sometimes new players and new teams. And we had a lot of sitting down sessions to see what their theory was and how they would manage the rules. Well, that's a rock that stopped in what we consider the control zone. Can be usable, bumped up. Well, the discussion is around the okay, so the decision has been made to try and draw around the red one that was just thrown.
Line's looking not too bad.
A little heavy maybe, but it's looking like it's coming down now.
Very nice.
Yeah. Just back button, back 4 foot, but buried around the red guard.
So in talking with Coach Braden Stewart for Assiniboine, their teams play out of the Brandon Curling Club on a weekly basis. Braden, of course, played his junior curling here in the province.
Yeah.
Now residing in Manitoba.
He's a teacher in the local area, and yeah, that's the club he plays out of now, Brandon. And he played in the Manitoba Provincials.
That's right.
Okay, so we heard that. I think if you could hear that, the tolerance is light. They're given approximately the same ice, and they're going to try and get out there and then just try to sneak one around the front side of this red rock.
Line's looking pretty good.
Coming up hard now. Just squeaked her by again. Wow, those are two dandies.
That is a lot more finished than we saw earlier in the week.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, it could be a little bit the way they release them and throw them. I mean, a
True.
lot of these kids have been trying to throw. You know, we had one of the ladies on the pack was throwing 11 rotations, Tom.
Yeah,
That's counting. The
I got dizzy.
yeah. Some of the men that we were watching were throwing. The two teams we televised last night, one was throwing about 6.5, and the other was throwing around 8.5 to 9. Oh, very nice.
Drives that rock in.
And that was the guys that were throwing the 9 rotations, Tom. They understood what they were doing. They were tightening the broom. They were throwing quite a bit of rotations, sweeping them early. And they were really able to manipulate them at the end, because the end foot of rotation, they were getting probably a half to 3/4 rock extra curl above the others.
Right.
But you got to understand how to manage that.
Yep, no question.
They were continually taking less ice than the other team, but completely understood the theory and what they were doing and played well with it.
This rock seems to be hanging out a bit. Mohawks may be trying to play a little bit of a bump split.
Chipped and rolled in, and they're lying 4 at this point. This is coming down to skip rocks now. Okay, so she put the broom down, went down, told the sweepers they're going to throw a takeout here. Going to try and run into one of these yellows.
Sliding a bit wide and tried to steer it back towards the broom.
Looking like she's going to be on somewhat on the target. Removed one from play, bumped the other yellow one back, spread them out a little bit farther. And but still, yellow is definitely lying, I would say 3. Taking ice and going to try and draw towards the center line. I would think top 8 foot.
Mm-hmm. I feel the same weight as my last one.
Then you might have to try like a hit double and roll or something.
Okay, that was a lot there.
Yep. It's okay.
Left-hander throwing the in turn from the Outside edge of the 8-foot in towards the center line.
Seems to have a nice solid delivery, Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's looking like she's got a pretty good shot here.
Yeah, exactly what she's looked for. Very nice.
Mohawk seems to have figured out draw weight.
They have, yeah.
Now, it did overcurl a bit, so Assiniboine has the opportunity here to maybe come down, freeze one on top of the back yellow, and take the end away.
Mm-hmm. Has the same ice approximately as the other skip. See if she can figure the draw speed out and coming out. Definitely somewhat at the broom, maybe a little wide. Not a lot of handle. Could get some really good finish off of this throw.
Starting to die now.
Mm-hmm.
They maybe need to get on that.
Looking sweet. Get past and
Look at that. That's two impressive draws,
Two
last
impressive
end and
draws,
this
yeah.
end.
yeah. Hanging in there.
Which is now leaving Mohawk, trying to figure out what they can do with this.
Can you hear
I
that?
don't think I can get it.
Skip's mic mustn't be.
I can't. I do what I can, guys.
So it looks like Tom, she's going to try and come down. Just get by that top yellow guard and hit the yellow right onto the nose. Or as thick as she can and see if she can clip the red as it goes back.
Gonna have to get mighty close to that center guard.
Only has a couple feet between the yellow and the red when she wants to try and tick. See what type of weight she's going to throw here. Unless she's trying to throw half onto the yellow and then progress it back this way.
Right.
Getting curl. Thinking she's,
Looking like she's on the guard.
yeah, it's a steal of one.
Well done by Assiniboine.
9-2. So that'll be well at break right now. Gonna read a little bit of our sponsorship. We've got the Regina Hotel Association. Extends a warm welcome to all curlers, officials, and fans. Where you're throwing rocks or cheering from the stands, we hope you stay in Regina as a championship level experience. For a stay that's right on the button, visit stayinregina.com. And we'll take a quick break and be back at the beginning of the fifth end.
Every ticket you buy funds programs all across Saskatchewan, like arts and culture. Buy your tickets today.
I'm Dev Panchal. I'm a fourth-year film student at the U of R. I came here in Regina back in 2017 from India, and finished my high school here, and I'm here since then. So the creative media team at the University of Regina is made up of students from all different faculties, and we are responsible for live event broadcasting for events at the university, which include our convocations for spring and fall, and our varsity sports events, any other events happening at the UFR. So my current role with the creative media team is a director and switcher. So I switch cameras, I am in communication with the team staff, I make sure that everything is operated nice and smooth, and I'm responsible for whatever goes onto the broadcast. And I think this has expanded my skills, so I can not only go into film and TV, but also get a career in this live event broadcasting. I think my biggest learning since involvement in the team is my people skills. I think I have interacted with a lot of students from different faculties, different backgrounds, which I was not able to get in my own class. And I think just talking to people, learning from them, learning from their experiences is a skill I value. So this hands-on learning experience has helped me open doors off campus. Some of them is working with the sports team, such as Saskatchewan Roughriders and other media production companies in the province. I think creative media team is a great opportunity for hands-on learning, just because it gives you the opportunity to expand on your skill sets. Everyone brings different skills to the table, so I think they all come together to create a collaborative work environment. So I would recommend all students to explore hands-on learning opportunities that are present to them.
Thanks, mister.
Hey, thanks. Want a s'more?
Every ticket you buy funds programs all across Saskatchewan, like sports, culture, and parks and recreation. Buy your tickets today.
All right, we're back. We got about 40 seconds before the game continues, and maybe Tom's going to do some Sask Lotteries announcement.
Right. So for more than 50 years, Sask Lotteries has been the main fundraiser for more than 12,000 sport, culture, and recreation groups and communities across the province of Saskatchewan. Since 1974, through an agreement with the government of Saskatchewan, lottery sales have been used to provide more than $1.4 billion to support athletes from the grassroots level to the international stage, and connect youth to artistic experiences, help residents experience the beauty of the parks that cover the province, and so much more. Learn more about the lottery beneficiaries, as well as games, jackpots, winning numbers, and more at sasklotteries.ca.
All right, we're ready to get going. Assiniboia stole one here, so they get to throw first. We'll find indication what they're going to try and accomplish here at the beginning of this end. I'm guessing they'll probably try and throw a guard and try and get some more rocks in play and see if they can work their way back into this one. So that's the indication, a center guard. And she's throwing it, the in turn towards the center line.
And it comes to rest halfway, just off the center line.
Indication is yellow will now try and draw around this to the center line into the forefoot. They're calling for sweep. They're getting some of the curl, but they need to carry it for a little ways to get it very nice shot.
Yes. That came a long way from the hog line back.
That did, yeah. And here's another intern draw with the redstone trying to get down to the face of the last rock throwing.
And again, very nice weight.
Yeah.
Comes down, taps it.
Okay, so the indication is pro side short. If they get down to the freeze, they're okay with that. Calling for a sweep early.
Line starting to look a little better here.
They can carry it and get it into the house. It'll be completely buried behind the center guard. Just got a nibble. Nice shot.
So while these two teams will be eliminated from playoff contention, playoffs start tomorrow on both the college and the university side. And that's 9 a.m. local time.
Semi-final. Bronze medal and gold medal. Gold, silver medal matches and bronze is at 1, I believe, Tom?
Yes, it is.
1 o'clock.
And then all the students will get together and gather for a big banquet tomorrow night before they depart Regina on Sunday to travel back home. The students do get to vote for player recognition, call them All-Star Awards, and based on their observations throughout the week, who curl good, who shows a lot of promise.
So here comes, we're trying to make a takeout and get a roll on the inside. This is looking pretty good.
Very nice. And squirts forward.
Yep. And has rolled the red one kind of off the frozen position. Okay, so they've elected to try and throw a bit of a soft weight hit at this yellow one. That's got the two of them are kind of connected on the center line. They're going to try and hit the top yellow one and remove both of them.
Line is looking pretty good here, Jamie.
Yeah.
I think she's by. Very nice. Makes the double.
Wow, that is a dandy.
Not quite. Squirts it to the back 12 foot, but Assiniboine's lane 2.
going to try and just disregard the two red ones and draw around into the forefoot and see if they can get the reds chasing them. This one is looking a little bit tight early, but they're working it.
Going to come up short. And loses a little bit of line onto that one in the 8-foot. And this is going to allow Assiniboine to try and draw another one into the rings.
Okay, coming down. They're a little bit heavy, but they're trying to get by, and they've now touched the yellow, rolled over, and actually moved the yellow one somewhat in front of the red on the other side of the house. But the two reds are kind of linked together. They're going to try and remove these.
Maybe it wasn't a bad result given the heavy draw.
Yep. If they came by, probably would have went through the backside of the house.
Correct.
Here's coming a 9-second hit to try and remove these reds. Definitely out there early. Coming up. Lots of speed.
Very nice. And gets the roll to the 4-foot.
Oh, that is a dandy. Thought if she rolled them out like that, she'd roll right across the house, but hit it solid enough, and although the gear effect has rolled it right over into the 4-foot under the red shot rock. Here's coming a draw. This one looks tight early. Got that one inside the... Looking like we're trying to draw towards the center line. Stop maybe in the top 8-foot. Kind of just on the left side of the center line. Protecting their other team's ability to get into the 4-foot.
This was hanging early, but seems to be coming over now.
Speed is looking close. I might just get it in the house. Okay, definite confidence. Took the broom just around the middle of the 12-foot. And try and draw around that rock that was just stopped in the top 12-foot.
See if she can come up with third end in a row with a great draw to the button.
Line-wise, looking pretty close.
It is.
Whether the speed is what they need, they're all kind of walking and watching. She has
And
pinned her.
again.
Her draw weight is crazy good. Shot rock, nothing to this game, Tom.
Yeah, apparently so.
All right. Well, it looks like that was a very nice draw right around the guard. I'm going to try and raise this yellow one up and try and remove the red. I would think a board weight, maybe a little heavier. Trying to
It's
hit
looking a
this
little more
yellow
like-
on the nose. There's a couple options they would have as long
Yeah,
as they
this
hit.
could hit something, is
Yeah.
right. But a little wide,
It's
a
gonna
little
come
warm.
by. No, she's throwing a goose egg right through the hole.
So for those of you at home are maybe unfamiliar with the Caledonian here in Regina, it's a 12-sheet facility, 6 on either side of the clubhouse. And for this week, we are utilizing the 4 middle sheets on each side, which has allowed us to set up some stands on the outside end sheets. Crowds have been pretty good so far this week. We anticipate a full house tomorrow for the semis and the finals.
Yeah, and there'll probably be a good opportunity for all the kids that aren't made the medal round to be able to come and get out on the ice surface and cheer some of their friends on, because we know some of these kids have made friends along the last few years of playing.
Look at this, Jamie. Oh,
Just about did it again.
she would have been right on top.
If they had just managed that a little better, they weren't paying too much attention and thought it was going to get by, but it didn't.
So Babcock's going to be faced with the same shot. Try and run that yellow straight back.
Now, the ice she had taken last time, I thought she'd thrown a soft weight hit through it a lot harder than I thought, and that's why it went pretty straight down the sheet.
Correct.
This time she's probably going with the same weight, but she's got fair bit less ice. Well, we'll see what she's doing. She's ready to throw here and coming down, looking about the same weight. Trying to catch
Dean.
the yellow.
Looking a little wideish on that throw. She's
She
not
zips
happy
by
about
like
it.
she did last time. She's going to get the same factor. Okay, well, that is another steal of one. Slowly working their way back. 3 ends in a row. Single and then 2 steals. Well, it's turning into a tighter game than we thought after the first 2 ends.
Right.
They seem to have found their draw weight and are working their way back into this one. We'll be starting the 5th, 6th end here in a minute or two, and would suspect a little bit of the same. Guard, and then people trying to draw around. Yep, indication. First rock, they're asking to be a center guard.
Right on the center line. Should get the ball rolling here.
Last time they were taking the out turn to draw around the center guard. Now they're sticking with the in turn, and they're going to see how they can accomplish this one on the other side of the sheet. A little bit of a soft throw, Tom. This one has seemed to come up.
It is.
May get it by, but
Not bad weight, just hooked at the end. Seems a little,
and the rule has just been okay, so because the yellow ticked the red off the center line, the red gets put back, and the yellow gets moved into the corner, behind the sheet. It's an infraction, and that is the outcome of the infraction. I'm going to be trying to draw around and into the forfeit. The lead has got her guard weight and draw weight right down. Very nice.
so it looks like the call here is for Mohawk to come down. Try and draw on top. Maybe bump it a bit.
So it's an in-turn draw around the center guard. This one's out there a little wider than they were. Speed is looking close.
Weight's pretty good.
Okay. Ran into it, moved it back, rolled just half out of the forefoot. But a good shot. Okay, well, they're choosing to try and hit and roll this into the forefoot and get behind that guard again. Throwing an in-turn hit.
Very nice. So it does seem a little unusual, Jamie, that it's the sixth end and we're only seeing the intern now.
Well, they're choosing to come up and remove the center guard. Now that they're into the sixth rock of the end. I'm going to try and open this up and they're going that.
Gonna drive this back. Clip the one.
Made a running double.
Almost a double.
Almost got them both out of the house. Moved it to the back 12 foot.
But did leave the center guard.
Yep.
And actually it's guarding the shot rock pretty good now.
This is an out-turn draw. Just outside middle of the 8 foot.
Then again, 4 foot weight. Coming on in the latter stages of this game. Mohawk doesn't want anything to do with this, and they're going to go out and peel this guard.
Throwing a 10 at it was the indication. Coming up, looking like they're trying to get to nose.
And she
Wow,
did.
She's going to make a double.
Wow.
Hitting her roll.
And yellow is shot rock now.
Nothing to this game, Tom.
Apparently so.
In turn, hit. Trying to remove this one.
Little inside. They're going to have to go hard on this. By the guard, chips that enough that red is now shot rock, but leaves it in play. Mohawk can now hit this to lay 2.
Indication is an in turn 9. Oh, they've adjusted. They're going with a 10. A little bit softer hit weight. Trying to make sure they stay around in the house. Looking like it's been thrown fairly hard. Definitely quicker than a 10.
Hits and rolls away.
Just right around the 9 area. Again, going to throw the in-turn hit at the outside one in a 12 foot and trying to remove it from play.
And red lays 2.
Yeah, we're looking at an out-turn takeout. Trying to hit this one on the nose and stay in the back 8 foot for shot rock. They're calling for curl. Looking
Coming up on it.
pretty solid throw.
Nose hit. Lay 1. In the other game of consequence, over on sheet H, it is Sate from Calgary up on Pac West. 4-1.
There's been 2 singles and 2 steals by Sate and a single by PacWest. Oh, and here comes the hit weight shot, trying to remove the yellow from play. This one was thrown, started out a little wide, but is well over curling. Not a lot of weight, but going to be hit it through the rings. Rolled kind of in front of shot rock in the back 8 foot.
I like a Tanner board.
Is she hitting this, Tom?
Looks like it, with the broom being held back there. Mighty tempting to draw,
Yeah, I would say.
and a lot more room for error than the hit.
They're in the back 12 foot. Any roll, you only have about a foot either way. If you roll out of the house. She's just trying to make sure of elimination here. Probably a soft weight. She's got probably 10 inches of ice. And, yeah. They're calling for curl, or I mean...
Yeah, she's not
sweep.
not tight.
No, she's miscalculated this one.
Probably combination there, Jamie.
Yeah.
Little wide on the throw and maximum ice.
Yeah. Come out of the hack with some speed and couldn't slow down and well overthrew it. Was wide of the rim. A bad combination. So we're looking like we're going to have a in turn, pass the guard, kind of curl in a bit and try and remove the yellow out of the house. Well, here it comes.
It's actually got excellent line here if they can hold it. Oh, starting to finish hard, and she's going to wick that. Needed to read that a little early.
Yeah.
Maybe relay the information that she was a little on the light side there, and they could have jumped on it and perhaps saved that shot.
Yeah. So this will be an open, well, not an open draw, but a draw to the 8 foot for 2.
Now, it's been a while since she's thrown a draw, so...
Last rock of the 6th end. Just need to get it into the 8 foot for a score or 2 to go up 11-3. If not, it's going to be 10-3.
Looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just need to let that finish up. Very nice. That'll be 2 for Mohawk. 11-3. And it looks like gloves are coming off and it's handshake time.
Okay.
So Mohawk will end up with a record of 2-5. And Assiniboine will be 0-7 for the week.
Tough competition when you get here. It's been a 6-end game, and yeah, some great shots made and a few errors along the way. Well, Tom, thanks for popping down and
You bet.
giving
Hope
us
the
some
folks
words of
out there,
wisdom. Yeah.
hope the folks out there enjoyed the broadcast. For what we know, tomorrow morning semifinal, we believe will be the first place Carleton men against
Fourth
the
place,
Alberta.
Edmonton. Yeah.
And that'll be at 9 o'clock Regina time. And then the finals and the bronze medal games will be going at 1.
1 o'clock, yeah.
And then
So
that
there's a
will
little
wrap
bit of
things up.
fingering to do yet as far as who fits where, who plays who, and who goes on what sheet. But we have had some indication that we'll be talking about, we'll be commentating on the Alberta team against the top team on the university side. All right, we'll be signing off for the night, and we'll be back with you at around 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Have a great night.
Good night.